Tip number 9. Think about potential technical risks in terms of a structural survey, hidden defects and home insurance. It's always possible to hire an architect to conduct a structural survey for your new property. And for an amount of 500 to 600 euros, this certainly can't hurt. You can ask him specific questions, such as what could be the cost of these damp spots, or do these cracks in the wall indicate an architectural problem? However, keep in mind that an architect cannot see into the walls nor under the ground or into the future. It's therefore not an insurance policy, and if something turns out to be wrong afterwards, this of course does not mean that the architect is responsible for these costs. In Spain, by law, you can claim hidden defects up to 6 months after the purchase. But it's definitely not an easy procedure for several reasons. In any case, remember that any lawsuit in Spain is a very expensive and time-consuming matter. So always make sure that a thorough final check is done on the property before you purchase the house. So if you're not in Spain yourself, you can instruct your real estate agent to do this on your behalf, sometimes even through a video meeting. He checks whether the furniture has been left according to the earlier agreements, if the house is clean and tidy, if there are no leaks, if the pool pump is working, and if the water and electricity contracts are still active. If something would not be right during this final check, your lawyer always needs to be informed so he can withhold money from the sales price during the transfer as a compensation. It's also essential to request a quote for good home insurance before the signing at the notary, that you can activate as soon as both signatures are placed. This is especially important in rural areas. Remember, if your house burns down, you will not get a permit for rebuilding it, and that's why you should always have a well-covering home insurance. In addition, it's of course also wise to check your new home for fire and burglary safety, because you don't want any uninvited guests in your house while you're not there.